If you ever remember a time where you could go to Walmart or you could go to anywhere, any restaurant, any store without wearing a mask or being asked to social distance, no, you don't. You don't remember that. If you ever remember a time where you weren't being asked to get a jab or a shot for something that has a at least 99.5% survival rate, and it does not affect people my age hardly at all, especially kids. If you don't, if you remember that, actually, no, you don't. No, you don't remember that because history is being changed, and as we see here by Forbes, 1984 feminist retelling approved by Orwell's estate. Oh my God, we are actively changing history. We are actively changing history. If you remember George Orwell's original 1984, no, you don't. No, you don't. If you remember a world where America was not heading towards totalitarianism, if you remember a world where America was not balls deep in debt, where we're about to pass a new 3 point something $5 trillion spending bill, where if you remember a world where America wasn't setting sky high inflation records for the first time in like the last 40 years, no, you don't. You don't remember that because we are going towards a socialist direction, towards a communist direction. Oh my God. I'll repeat this. 1984 feminist retelling approved by Orwell's estate may get screen adaptation. Now, I am very young. I am fresh out of high school, just a couple of years, like within a couple of years. I was encouraged, I wouldn't say encouraged not to. I was not encouraged to read 1984. I did look into books like this or Lord of the Flies or other books like that. God, what's the, I had one up on my phone that was really good. Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged. So these really good books that warn us about society as a whole and changing history and propaganda. George Orwell's Animal Farm. I literally have it back there by my bed. Animal Farm. That's another great book I've read. It relates to today's world. And if you've ever read the book Animal Farm, the pigs on the farm, they gradually change the rules slowly over time and tell the other animals that they were never the other way. They tell them their memories are just wrong, and they do it gradually over time, over months and months. They change the farm around, and then at the very end, the pigs have all the power. It was a slow process, but it's a totalitarian, society, socialist society, communistic society. Julia, written by Sandra Newman. Sandra Newman, by the way, who was writing this, I looked up her Twitter, tweeting stuff, anti-NRA, anti-gun, reform gun laws now. What a joke. Okay, so this is my big news today. I am writing a feminist retelling of Orwell's 1984. This book does not need to be retold. And this book literally warns about retelling history or retelling events that have already happened or retelling books that have already been out. If you know the themes of these books by Orwell or Atlas Shrugged or any of these other books, they are coinciding with what's going on in America today, where they try to get us all to think the same way. You can't be independent. You can't have your own opinion. You can't think freely. I haven't even clicked on this tweet. I want to see their response. Is this a bit sad? Why not write your own dystopian novel? Doesn't it imply that you have the imagination to come up with your own? Yeah. This guy's exactly right. They can't create their own story, because if they create their own story, it would be a story where give me all the power, communist society, and nobody would buy that book. So they have to remake or retell or reimagine, use those type of words. 1984. What is this? Is God? That is fantastic. What a quote. So this woman's like, what? That is fantastic. By the way, it's not fucking fantastic. It's quite worrisome. And this dude ratios her. This is terrible news. George Orwell warned us about this. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has ever been repainted. Every picture has been repainted. Butchered that. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except in an endless present in which the party is always right. Doesn't this remind you a little bit of today's modern day mandates, today's modern day political sphere. The Trump supporters, they think they're all right. They think they're all right. The Biden supporters can't be right, while the Biden supporters think they're all right. The Trump supporters can't be right. This is all by design. We are so divided. We are all trying to think the same way. We've gotten away from freedom. He's talking about actively destroying history. Look at this. Charlottesville's Robert E. Lee statue to be melted down for new art. Melted down. Robert E. Lee, yes. Robert E. Lee owned slaves. You know who else owned slaves? Thomas Jefferson. A lot of the other founding fathers. We knew it wouldn't stop with Thomas Jefferson. They took down a Thomas Jefferson sign in statue in New York, and we literally said, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Just like with this whole pandemic, when they said 2 weeks to slow the spread, just like these statues, we knew they weren't going to stop after one. Just like the pandemic, they weren't going to stop after 2 weeks. We went from 2 weeks to slow the spread to a few months to slow the spread to you can go back out in public, but you have to wear a mask. Oh, you can go back in public, but you have to wear a mask and get a shot. Oh, you can go back in public, but if you have the shot and a mask, you need to put on another mask. Oh, you can go back in public, but there's a new variant, so get another shot. Oh, you can go back in public, but that shot isn't working very good, so get a booster for the shot. Or, ooh, that booster isn't working very good. Ooh, there's a new variant. Get another booster. Get another shot. Get a COVID pill. They're literally making COVID pills now for Pfizer. Pfizer is making COVID pills. It's all about profit. It's all about profit. Speaking of changing history, this is the definition for anti-vaxxer. Definition of anti-vaxxer. They changed it. They changed it on the internet. They changed this on Merriam-Webster. A person who opposes the use of vaccines or regulations mandating vaccines. So now an anti-vaxxer is someone who is just opposed to vaccine mandates. So you can be fully vaccinated. You can be fully vaccinated with the booster, but oppose the mandates, and you're still an anti-vaxxer. This quote perfectly warns us. History has stopped. Like it's being changed minute by minute, especially by my generation. We're all addicted to the phone. So my generation, we don't know what's happened in the past. My generation doesn't know that just a few days ago was the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. My generations, a lot of my friends probably are like, "What is Pearl Harbor?" Maybe we're too addicted to our phones. Maybe we need to look back at history. Maybe we need to look back at history and realize what has happened in the past to recreate, or not recreate, or to stop recreations like this, a feminist 1984, because this is truly worrisome. If you know the themes of these stories, you know that like once you go down this road of retelling history and totalitarianistic ideas, it's a slippery slope and it doesn't stop.